You're watching a TGM production. Today we're talking about the film The Drowning of Arthur Braxton, made by Luke Cutforth, who is a British YouTuber, best known for being a British YouTuber in the era of... I'm trying to think of another YouTuber's name. I don't watch much of that side of YouTube. I'm trying to think of a YouTuber's name now. Evan Edinger? If anyone knows. It's that type of era, right? And so, let me just... Sorry for the next noise. Right, there we go. So, he had been doing this film for about 4 years now. And it's an independent film, so it's one of those, like... They've contacted the author and gone, excuse me, could I, please make a film out of your book, The Drowning of Arthur Braxton? Fantastic book. Loved the book, read it, yeah, loved it, right? So I'm not saying that's a bad thing, no, just for anyone that's wearing it. Let me just get the hair off. If you're just wondering, that's not a bad thing. So, then what happens is the film gets made, and it takes a while to do. And they have to go Kickstarter, which is a popular thing apparently. They had to ask around, and they had to get money and funding and all this, and work out the best ways to actually make the film. So it comes to the film being made, right? And it's now, let me just work out how long we've got. Right, so it's now a few years later, and people have been following it. They've seen screenings of what they've got so far. The author's happy with it. The trailers, and everyone's happy with what they're getting from it. And so, in 2022, he announced that the film would be out on Amazon Prime Video on the 1st of September. In the US, it was, with a few errors internationally. I don't know whether it was to do with copyright of music and that, because it's an independent film, so I'm glad that it was on Amazon Prime, but it's probably the copyright that's probably hindered it a little bit longer. So, I managed to watch the film on the day it came out in the UK, and I've got to say, I loved it. It was an amazing film. Johnny Vegas was in it, and any promo he does where he plays the drunk father, and any promo he makes about the film, saying, "Oh, I played a drunk father," he says, "Oh, it wasn't a stretch," because that's what he's best known for. So, from now on, there will be spoilers, so I'll give you a few seconds. Spoiler warning, 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 and spoiler warning. You've now been warned of any potential spoilers. Because we're 4 minutes in, and it's now time for the review. Stop. The Drowning of Arthur Braxton. I'm looking at my notes on my iPad if you're watching this on Spotify and on YouTube. So this is my initial notes that I wrote immediately once I finished watching the film. And then we'll show you a clip from the film. Gladly, thank you to Luke Cutforth for, hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right. Thank you for letting me have the clip. It is an incredible clip. Thank you. So, the film was amazing. It was 10 years in the making. It was based on a book of the same name. It was independently made by Luke Cutforth, who is a British YouTuber. My thoughts on the film: it was amazing. The film was amazing, very dramatic, and Johnny Vegas does a very good job at playing the drunk dad. As always, you can't go wrong with Johnny Vegas. He always does really good in what he does. Right? The film plot: the girl of his dreams won't come out of the pool, and he forgets his trunks. That's not the film plot, but that is a segment of the film. So the film plot, right? He hears some... it's one of those... I'm going to use Doctor Who as an analogy here. There's an episode of Doctor Who where they're all pirates, and this, like, ghostly woman does a... like the chantings of a lovely woman, has a nice voice. Oh, I have a nice voice. Oh, yeah. Like that type of thing, right? And it chants you in, and it reels you in, and all the pirates like, oh, she's got a lovely, it's my pirate voice. "Oh, she's got a lovely voice. Oh," and you get under her spell, and then they kill you. Right? That's the sort of thing. Right? This time, not in a Doctor's. That was episode was where we had Amy Pond dressed as a pirate and she swung. Anyway, that's going off sidetrack. So, in this film, it's that type of premise. So, Arthur isn't having a nice time at school, and this is British schools, so it's more relatable in the British market, I think, because I don't know much about American schools to know whether or not schools are in a similar sense. Anyway, so he could find this like abandoned building, and he hears this lovely voice. A better voice than that, obviously. So he walks over to him, and he walks over and follows it and goes, "Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello?" and tries to work out what it is. Turns out there's this girl in the water who hasn't actually been out the water, and I don't think can come out the water. There we go. So it's all about Arthur falling in love with this girl, having a hard time at school, and having Johnny Vegas being a drunk dad that he's also trying to fix. Right. So the clip you're about to see is from a segment where, after spending weeks and weeks and weeks with this girl, meeting this girl, he ends up falling in love and decides to try and get close to her, right? To get even closer than he was. So he brings in swimming trunks. I think they are swimming trunks, or they might be his boxer shorts. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna say swimming trunks, and he goes into the water to get closer to her. And here is him. Here is the clip. Now enjoy.
These are for me.
Yeah, I'll try some on.
I'll just take one.
Oh. Come on.
Watch this. I've never worn a dress before. Where'd you get it?
Just at home.
I feel pretty.
You look really pretty.
Come in the water. Are you okay? You okay? That's how I learned to swim. I was just thrown in at the deep end. You'll get the hang of it.
Sat in my room.
What a wonderful clip that was. I don't know how many words that can say the gratitude of thanks, because Kermo Mail takes is a podcast, a film podcast, right? Itchy Back. And what they've done is they have clips, and they get clips supplied by them. And what I decided, right, in this podcast is we're trying to improve the podcast. We might have to round this up soon because my recording device is about to die. Well, right, anyway, I need to put new batteries in it. So, it's all about, they get clips from these people, and it's like, wow. And then in my All My Friends Hate Me review, I used a clip, and I've been trying to improve my reviews and getting clips and getting more clips and more clips, right? And so I decided to reach out to Luke to see if I can get a clip to show in my review, because I want my review to be as in-depth as possible, and I want it to be on the same level. So we did, and that was a clip, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Luke, and thank you, Luke's team, for sending me through that clip. I'm ever so grateful. So, let's talk about the film itself then. So we've already said my initial thoughts, but what are my more convoluted thoughts? Because we have to beat the record for the last podcast, we have to get to around about like 13 minutes or more. So I really enjoyed the film. The cinematography was stunning, absolute stunning. The color grading on it was just in the right time. That there wasn't any parts that you thought, I can't see that. I need to get my night vision goggles to work on what's going on. Strap on the night vision. That's the sound of night vision goggles going on for audio viewers. I can now see the darks, and there wasn't any of that. There wasn't too dark, there wasn't too light, it was like, I need sunglasses. It wasn't any of that. It was just the right. The angle, there was enough wide shots, there was enough close-ups. It was there was the best shots ever. It was the mise en scène, I'm going to use a fancy word now, it had everything it needed. It was show not tell. So it showed you some of the things, and then it just worked so well. The bits where it cut out to what other people saw and didn't actually see these people worked fantastically well. The lights from the gutter worked well. I don't know how to say this without not. Can I say something that's what's wrong with it? Yes. The only bit I didn't really particularly like was the elements where it made it look like it didn't sort of explain the mother, really. That's the thing that didn't make sense, right? There was a scene when the mother turns up at the door and Johnny Vegas is not there, which made me think that Johnny Vegas had died, or he had died. Because obviously we know that the mother was dead, had died. So I just didn't quite grasp whether or not Johnny was that he was dead or not, or what. That's the only bit that confused me. But then it made sense the next scene. But it just confused me for a good few seconds. We're almost there, beating my record. Woohoo! So, would I recommend this film to anyone? Yes, I would. So what we're gonna do now is, because I don't think I actually explained the plot well enough, we're going on to Amazon Prime. It is on Amazon Prime worldwide now, I think. Let me get to it. So let me just Google The Drowning. And also, if you get chance to, please could you rate the film 5 stars? Oh, it looks like I have seen that. Let me turn the sound off my iPad because I want to fix it to make it see. Because it looks like I haven't seen the film, and I have. I want Amazon to know I've seen the film, thanks. So I loved it, right? Anyway. So, here is the synopsis. Let me just get closer so I can actually see it. The synopsis is: bullied schoolboy Arthur Braxton discovers the girl of his dreams, Delphine. Unbeknownst to him, Delphine is a magical water mermaid type thing without the tail. Is kept alive by enchanted waters, the pool of an abandoned bathhouse. However, the magic has a dark secret. Arthur must fix his alcoholic father, outsmart his bullies, and authorize. I think that's the word. AUTHORITIES, as well as stop what SUSTAINS, the bathhouse and its water. So let me tell you the cast whilst I've got it here. So the cast is James TARPEY, Johnny Vegas, Rebecca Hansen, that's it. Malcolm Freeman, probably not related to Martin Freeman. Sophia Wright, Keith Rice, Ben Hawkey, Caroline Partridge, Toby Williams, and Nisa Cole. Directed by Luke Thorpe, The Drowning of Arthur Braxton, and he's very good. And he was also with Danny and Mick as well, in an episode of the CBC show Danny and Mick. I do apologise for my mispronunciation in the reading department. That's not my strong suit, but I try to inform. Now, how many stars have we got? We've got 6.9 stars on IMDb. Please, please, please give it 5 stars. Was the film incredible? Yes, it was. My favourite moment of the film was the clip we just saw. That was the best moment of the film. I loved it. Overall, I would watch it again. It's a film that I would rewatch. I would love to listen to the book now as an audiobook because I would love to read the book, but I would like to listen to the original author reading it, or if Luke could record an audiobook version, that would be brilliant. Because I want to hear how she had wrote it, and the way when you read a book, it's perfectly amazing to read the book and go, oh, it's amazing. But then when you listen to the book, you get more of how they feel, and then when they try and do the character voices, you get more of an atmosphere about it. That's what's good about a lot of books. Is like you read it and you think, oh, brilliant, amazing. But then when you listen to it and you get the narrators do voices of these characters, it just enhances your experience a little bit more. So I'm gonna probably investigate the original book now, but I think the film is incredible, right? 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, the greatest film.